I was playing around with ideas of working with the character of a spiritualist medium producing ectoplasm and going into trance dance states. So, because you know, I've danced a lot in discos, and I know that sometimes there's this fantastic, you know, not even having gotten into drugs, there's these trance states that you can kind of get into just dancing. I mean, and then you can get into trance states with drugs as well. I mean, so there's all these things about a club environment that I was wanting to explore in terms of telepathy, which is the thing that I kind of persist in looking at in my work. It's something I see in all artworks, but it's that aspect of art that I'm focusing on in my work. And then I just see this disco ball that I got from a NIDA stage set. It was a play about Truman Capote. So he hung out in discos. So I got this disco ball from this stage set. I just helped clearing away the stage set on the last night, and it's been hanging in my garden. And so it's been having this very kind of arty, slowed down kind of life. And then, so there was a few things bringing it into my orbit. And then I just kind of quite clearly realised that I wanted to work with the disco ball. And it was just going to be like a spiritual medium, a fortune teller, just reading it. And so my performance ideas became quite simplified. And all I wanted to do for the 2.5 hours was just to hold this position with the arms raised. And that was it. Powerful things can happen to the body when you do something for a long time, quite obviously. So holding that hand gesture, I was really interested in the hand gesture because it's kind of like this psychic energy that comes about, you know, by kind of feeling out objects or interacting with the world in quite a, you know, not even in a spiritualist sense. Like you often see spiritualists, you know, doing the crystal ball thing, but also with other objects, you know, there can be this sensing kind of activity going on, or, you know, the Harry Potter gestures. It was quite a simple meditation on hand-brain object interaction, and as well as having that fortune teller edge. And by doing it for a long time, I'm very interested in attention at the moment, and the relationship between attention and trance states and telepathy and mental kind of focus. So it was a chance to kind of like look at this object, and, you know, just by staring at the different ways that the light interacts with. I mean, it's quite an inspiring thing to, you know, stare off into the sunset, or, you know, to look into a beautiful jewel or something. And so yeah, there's this aspect of it wasn't the depth that you get into looking into crystal, but yeah, there was this more mirrored reflection, obviously, going on with the disco ball. But there's a lot of activity that was happening with the light for my eyes, and perhaps the other viewers. And I know in the camera, when through the documentation, you get these amazing lens flares every now and then. I guess traditionally, with a séance or with fortune telling, there's an opportunity for people to come and sit down. So I brought in a chair, and people were able to sit down, and that was nice. Like, some people just didn't really know what to do. Some people just, you know, obviously really quite enjoyed having a break from the nightclub environment, and didn't mind slowing down into some kind of meditation that was sympathetic to what I was doing. And then other people were like, especially on the first night, they lifted their arms up and started to mimic or participate in what I was doing. That was fun, because there was this mirroring going on with the actions.